Welcome back. Well, I thought today we would just take time off from the crazy making in the world around us and just pretend life is normal. So, I don't know about you, but I'm actually starting to forget what normal is like. So, we're going to pretend, as you can hear from the jingling in the background, photobomb kitties running around here somewhere. I thought we would open this today. Oh, you're in for such a treat. I'll tell you all about it when we come back. Okay, so what is this? This is an alternative to a colonoscopy. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, whoa, Sue, I did not sign up for a colonoscopy. Well, neither did I. My doctors usually make the inquiry every year or so, would I like to go and get a colonoscopy? My response is always the same. Good heavens, no. This test is far too invasive to be doing it without any reasonable expectation that I am at risk. Am I at risk? No. There's not only is there no family history, but having done a number of the alternative colonoscopy tests over the years and come up negative for a good 10 years, I'm probably not at any risk. So why do they keep doing it? Well, they keep doing it because they have a test. As I say, it's a very invasive test. If they have to knock you out, like literally anesthetize you before they put you through the test, to me, that is sending up huge warning flags. But apparently, because they have a test that makes it very easy to determine whether or not you have polyps this is all in your rectal cavity. So, just for starters, can it be any more unpleasant to contemplate than that? No. But apparently they have a test. Apparently the test is pretty accurate. So they're all saying, well, you should go have the test. Well, there's one other little factor that needs to go into the mix. And this is the one that they don't tell you. But if you do a little research, it is very easy to find out. Most of the colonoscopy centers give referral fees to doctors who send them patients. Again, bang, more red flags going up. So, am I willing to do this? No. In any medical procedure that involves anesthesia is always going to be the most risky part of the process. Everyone knows this. And in fact, even if I did have a colonoscopy, I don't even think I could have my own anesthesiologist do the anesthesia. I think they just do it in the colonoscopy center, and the sort of bring your own professional seems not to be standard. So, boatload of reasons for saying, good Lord, no. Now, before we get too far into this, keep in mind that for some people, saying no to a colonoscopy is probably not a good idea. Anybody who has a history in their family, who has a history of weird results in some of the alternative testing, should probably do it. But I am not one of them, so I am not giving anyone advice on this subject. I am simply sharing with you my own views on it. So in the past, what I have chosen to do is a poo test. And in this poo test, and they don't call it a poo test, I have no idea what they call it. What you do is you take a roll of saran wrap, and I'm not making this up, I swear to you, this is how it works. You wrap saran wrap over your toilet bowl. I'm sorry, lift the seat, wrap it over your toilet bowl, drop the seat down on top of the saran wrap, sit upon the seat, and poo into the saran wrap. Now, my first attempt to take one of these tests was just aborted. I ended up using an entire roll of saran wrap. It wouldn't stay. The toilet bowl was slick and it's very smooth, and there was nothing for the saran wrap to cling to. So eventually I started wrapping the entire bowl in saran wrap and supplementing it with duct tape. So I looked down at my covered bowl, I dropped the seat on it, and I said to myself, if I sit upon that seat and poo, I will get poo on me, because the seat is only about this far above the saran wrap. And when I realized that I did not want to do that, that was just, colon cancer, poo on me, colon cancer, poo on me. I happen to remember, however, that I had something, they call it a hat. It was a little plastic container that if you turn it upside down rather looks like a top hat. It has a brim and then this like sort of cylinder. So if you turn it, it's like an upside down top hat, and that goes into your toilet bowl and under the seat, and it's used in order to measure your urine output. And at one point some years ago, my gynecologist wanted to measure my urine output, and I don't even recall why. So I brought this little hat home, and naturally I kept it because we all know I'm this close to being a hoarder anyway. And I had a pretty box to put it in, so, I dug that little hat out and I thought, there's some serious space between the toilet seat and where the poo is allegedly going to land. So that's how I did the first test, into the little hat. And then you take the poo and they give you a little tiny brush, and you stick the brush into the poo in many spots and then shove it into a little tube, seal it off, stick it in an envelope, shove it in the mail right away, and it comes back. I assume it's supposed to detect blood in the poo. Well, came back fine. No blood in the poo. And I thought, great, until I had a doctor a couple of years later who said, colonoscopy. And I said, nuh-uh. And the doctor said, here's your saran wrap, do the poo test. And I was like, okay, we got to figure out how to deal with this. Because that little hat thing I used the first time, I had pooed in that. That was not going back into the hoard. That was just going far, far away. So I don't remember how I worked out the, oh my goodness, yes, I do. I ended up getting a like a little portable toilet affair. Um, they're very useful things to have around, and especially if you have older friends or relatives who might be visiting, who might not be able to get into the bathroom or might have mobility issues or things like that. That was how I did that one. Yeah. Disgusting, embarrassing, creepy, but I did it. Poke, 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 and shove it in the mail. No problems. Well, this time, what we have is a DNA poo test. Apparently, there is a DNA test in this box. Now, I've never done this before because this is new. So I thought we would take a look at what's in here. Now, sounds to me like there's something wet in there jiggling around. So this is sealed, and we're going to have to just tear this open. And you're going to get a chance to see this with me. Because after all, what are friends for except to share your humiliating life experiences? All right, now there's a little hand here. Attention, do not remove the plastic bag from this box. The bag is glued to the box for return. Okay, this would be the plastic bag, I think. This is obviously a very large kit. Okay, we have labels, and it shows how to fill these out. You give your name, your date of birth, date of collection, which is apparently at what time you pooed. Yeah, and that goes on your label. And apparently, oh, and prepare your kit for shipment. Isn't this exciting? Here is, look at that. Apparently they would like me to read this whole thing. Warnings and precautions. Let's see. Patients should not provide a sample if they have diarrhea or blood in their urine or stool from bleeding hemorrhoids, bleeding cuts, or wounds on their hands, rectal bleeding, or menstruation. To ensure the integrity, they have to receive it within 24 hours. Risks relating to using the Cologuard collection kit are low, with no serious adverse events reported. You're supposed to poo, probably in this plastic bag. And I'm having a hard time figuring out what your risk is. I mean, like, seriously, do you, like, sit on this and maybe you could fall off and break a leg? What do you suppose the risks would be? Actually, I'm starting to think that falling off and breaking a leg is not completely out of the question. All right, how the collection kit works. Your doctor has ordered Cologuard to screen for colorectal cancer and pre-cancer. Okay, it's a screening test that uses a stool sample, your bowel movement. Why don't they just say poo? It's like they're using every possible euphemism out there. Why don't they just say your poo? To detect colorectal cancer and precancer. Every day, your colon sheds cells that line the colon. Well, okay. As part of this process, normal cells, along with abnormal cells from precancer or cancers, are shed into the colon. They think I'm 4 years old. Your stool picks up those cells as it passes through your colon. No, I thought it picked it up as it passed through my intestines. All right, so they've already made an enemy of me because they are talking down to me. Cologuard is designed to detect the DNA and hemoglobin released from these abnormal cells in your stool. The Cologuard collection kit is used to collect your stool sample. After you collect your stool sample, following the instructions in this patient guide, the collection kit will be delivered to a lab. The lab will test your stool sample and send the results to your doctor. Your doctor will contact you with the test results. Note, you are not required to change your diet or medication to use this screening test. Okay, how do I store the Cologuard collection kit when it arrives? You can store your kit until you are ready to use it. Store it at room temperature, keep it away from heat and direct sunlight, keep it out of the reach of children. Yes, because this is what every child secretly wants. Your doctor will talk with you about your results. The results can be positive, negative, or no result obtained. All right. A positive result means the test detected abnormal DNA and or blood that could be caused by precancer or cancer in the colon. The test can also have a positive result that is incorrect. A false positive. They're talking down to me again. This means the test result is positive, but no cancer or precancer is actually present. Any positive result should be followed up by a colonoscopy. Apparently, even the false positives. Talk to your doctor about your test result to find out if additional testing is needed. What does a negative result mean? A negative test result means the test did not detect abnormal DNA and or blood in the sample. The test can also have a negative result that is incorrect. False negative, because we just went through false positive, but we were not able to infer that a false negative was the reverse of that. This means the test result missed a potential cancer or precancer. For that reason, it is recommended that you schedule regular screenings. Talk to your doctor about your test result. Your doctor will recommend a screening schedule that is best for you. What does no result obtained mean? A no result obtained means the test was not able to provide a result. If this happens, your doctor will talk with you about the next steps. For example, you may be asked to provide another stool sample to test. All right, now we have a picture of the stuff that's in here. Okay, now as you can see, we have the box, and that's the box with the bag glued to it, which we are not supposed to remove. We have a sample container that looks like it was designed to hold radioactive material. We have a tube, a bottle of liquid. I said there was liquid in here. I could see that. A bracket, patient guide instructions, and sample labels. Okay, here we go. Now, this is our box with bag, and then right over here, that is our thing that looks like it probably holds something radioactive. We've got the little bottle of preservative right here, and then the tube over here, the bracket. Where's the bracket? The bracket is here, and we have our labels. Now, there are a whole bunch of things about who should use Cologuard, but we don't need to go through that because we have it here, which obviously means that I'm supposed to be using it. Caution. I'm sorry. Do not drink the bottle of preservative liquid. Because, yeah, that was my first thought. This is a preservative. I should drink it. Do not let the liquid touch your skin or eyes, because in fact, that was my second thought. I will rub this preservative into my eyes. If the liquid touches your skin or eyes, wash the area with water. Do you suppose this has actually been a problem in the past, that people actually drank the preservative or used it as eye drops? Why would they even say this? Okay. Risks. Opening or closing the lids of items in the kits may be difficult for some people. Be careful when opening and closing the lids to avoid the risk of hand strain. Close all sample containers tightly. Using this kit requires sitting down on the toilet and standing up from the toilet. Really? Have someone who can help you if needed. There is a chance that a stool sample sent to the lab may have no results. If this happens, you will be contacted. You may be asked to provide another sample. All right. Now, what should I know before using the... All right. Leave the plastic bag inside the box. The box, zippered bag, and white tray inside the bag will be used to return your sample. Use the kit before the expiration date printed on the side of the box. All right, let's find that. We have an expiration date here. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it either. Oh, there's a little hourglass, 2021, January 31st. Okay, so I need to do this sometime between now and January 31st, and I'm telling you, after I'm reading these instructions, January 31st, 2021 is starting to look real good. All right. Avoid getting urine in the container when collecting your stool sample. Avoid getting toilet paper or other materials in the container when collecting your stool sample. The lab must receive your sample promptly. Collect a sample when you can return it within a day of collection. Make sure a holiday will not delay your return. Refer to your return instructions for detailed information on how to return your sample. You are not required to change your diet or medications to use the screening test. I believe they already told me that. When should I not? No, we already went through that when you're bleeding. They're repeating themselves to me. I'm not kidding. I think they really feel I'm stupid. All right, check the expiration date on the kit. We did that already. Use the kit before the expiration date. I'm pretty sure they said that already. Leave the plastic bag and white tray inside the box. This is like the third time they've told me that. Bottle of liquid preservative. If all items are included in your kit is ready for use. All right, so let's see if all of our items are in our kit. All right, we unzip our bag. This is our bracket. Oh, I think this goes on the toilet. All right. This is our collection thing. All right. Okay, I'm starting to see the way this is going together. This is our preservative. And tempting as it may be, I am not going to drink it or rub it in my eyes. And this is my tube. And I don't know what the tube is used for yet. Okay. So we've got all of our stuff here. All right. Are you starting to see this? This is probably what's going to happen. This is going to go in here. This is going to go on the toilet. The seat drops down on top of it, and I will poo into this. That's starting to be what it's looking like to me. And then I imagine I will splash preservative over the poo. But I kind of need to figure out what this is for. Okay. We have all the items. Timing your collection. Now this is important because obviously we are not going to do it on Saturday after the mail comes, because then we would have to wait until Monday morning to mail it out. Decide the best time to collect a stool sample. Follow these steps when you feel ready to have a bowel movement. Well, that's important. Okay, collect your sample on a day when you can return it promptly. Refer to your return instructions. Do not collect a stool sample. Is this like the third or the fourth time they're telling you don't do it if there's bleeding? Okay, remove the bracket from the box. There's a bracket. Raise the toilet lid and seat. Place the bracket on the toilet. Drop the seat on top of the bracket. Open our little container and dump it into the bracket. See, now I worked that out on my own without their clever little pictures. That is me sitting on the toilet, pooing into that little container. Sit on the toilet and have a bowel movement in the container. Try to keep urine from going into the container. Do not put toilet paper or other items in the container. Now, I said that before too. When your bowel movement is complete, stand up. Like seriously, I was planning to just stay there and take a nap. Lift the stool sample container from the bracket and set the container on a flat, stable surface. Leave the container open. Remove the bracket from the toilet because, naturally I was planning on leaving it there. The bracket can be recycled or thrown in the trash. Finish using the bathroom if needed. All right. You must scrape the stool sample with the probe to get another small sample for the Cologuard test. Now, that's what we're doing with this. Let's see. Lift the tube out of the box. Turn the white tube cap and unscrew it. Nice scrapey thing. Pull the probe from the tube. You may have to pull hard, really. Scrape the surface of your stool sample until the end of the probe has stool on it. That's scrape, scrape until this turns brown. They've actually got pictures here. Please note, can you see the pictures? They've actually got pictures of poo in the little container that you're scraping. Oh my goodness. Your stool sample may look different from the stool sample pictured. I hope it does. Place the probe back into the tube. Turn the cap to close. Set the tube down because we all know you are planning on walking around with it for the rest of your life. Okay, the stool sample must have a preservative poured onto it to make sure the lab can test it. So that's this. Lift the bottle of liquid out of the box. Hold the bottle and turn the cap to unscrew it. Caution, do not drink the liquid. All right, pour all the liquid in the bottle into the container with the stool. The empty bottle and cap can be recycled down the trash. All right, hold the stool sample container on a hard, flat surface. Lid. Yes, make sure the lid is straight so it will close tightly. Turn the lid until it doesn't tighten anymore. And they show you very conveniently a picture with a closed lid and an open lid so that you will know the difference when you see it. Okay, label your samples. Now, I have those labels here, and apparently one label goes on the tube and one label goes on that collection tub. Fill out both labels, print the information. All right, and then it shows putting it on the tube, and then prepare your samples for return. You stick your container back in the box. You stick your tube back in the tube slot. You obviously seal your bag, refold your box, all right, doesn't refer to your return instructions. That means when I'm done with this, I am going to give this to my mail carrier. She's wearing gloves now, which is a very good thing, because I would be extremely embarrassed to hand her this if she wasn't. Okay, so what was all this about? Well, like I say, what do you do when you've got your friends around? You explain what you're doing and look to your friends for support in your hour of need. Yes, this is my hour of need. This is what I'm going to do. I have no idea when I'm going to do this. Obviously, I will not be doing it on Saturday or Sunday because I want to get into the mail. So then I have to consider when they said choose my time. I'm going to have to do that very carefully. So that's where we're at so far. I will let you know how this works out, because apparently a DNA test is better than the previous tests, more accurate than the saran wrap on the toilet bowl and poo and whatever else. This one is a more accurate test. So I will let you know. But in fact, one of the reasons I wanted to do this is you may end up having to do this yourself. Now you know the process. Apparently, it's going to be a little easier than pooing on a piece of saran wrap, which I have to tell you is just, that was just crazy. It's clear that with the little bracket and the little tub and whatever else, it's going to be an easier process. I will make sure I don't drink the preservative. I don't know why. Somebody must have been drinking the preservative. That's all I can say. Why else would they make such a point of telling me not to? So I will keep you posted. I would imagine that sometime Monday or Tuesday, I will be taking this lovely little test, and I'll let you know how it goes. I'm not going to offer to take pictures for you because I figure it's disgusting enough without that. But I will see you tomorrow. And for those of you who have been waiting for this, and believe me, I'm one, I finally got that little lampshade from Jocelyn, the one that she has held together with the twist ties from bread loaves. Oh, yeah. Tomorrow, our project day is going to be cleaning that shade, because the first thing we have to do before we can do anything else to this thing is we've got to take it apart and clean it because it's pretty grubby. But this is going to be a really good opportunity for us because we're going to make a fiberglass shade. So tomorrow we're going to start off getting our feet wet by cleaning, disassembling and cleaning a parchment shade. And once we've got that done, we're halfway home. Then we're going to repair it, put it back together again. And of course, we're going to make our own fiberglass shade. Well, I'm sorry, we're not making a fiberglass shade. We are making a lampshade, I think. Yes, okay, I'm sorry. We're making a lampshade. I don't believe we're going to actually make a fiberglass shade, but this is going to give us an opportunity to work with the parchment shade, and it'll be nice to have a project, a clean and repair project, before we do a build from scratch project. So stay tuned tomorrow. Tomorrow we're cleaning the parchment lampshade. See you then.